So, I like to believe that God drew a line back in 99 stating that if we ever cross it, we will never enter the heavens. And then we immediately cross it because we know, bitch. But why did we cross it exactly? It's all because of one thing, and one thing only. Anime has gotten super popular over the last decade or so, but back in my day, anime was the worst thing you could have done to your social status, worse than going into the girls' bathroom or throwing up in the showers at summer camp when you were like 8 years old. Not that that ever happened to me. Also, there were these kids that were always giving a bad rep to anime fans, and thus would damage the image of anime forever. They would get freaky, man. They would see this character that's supposedly 3,000 years old and then be like, she's very gorgeous to me. No, she's fucking cool. Get the fuck out of here. Now, that shit is the bomb. Not the last part. Just trying to make that clear. The anime, that's the title. Everywhere you go, you see anime. Every social media has been taken over by anime influencers who just talk about anime and like it. What? And that just proves that everyone was wrong back in the day, because now everyone likes. It's not even liking anymore. It's not I like it as a friend. No. Everyone loves anime, even Obama.
To say thank you for all the things we love from Japan, like karate. And karaoke, manga, and anime.
But what about you, stranger who I don't know anything about? What's your story? Name's Villain. Thank you very much, and yes, I know you're dying to know more about my life choices and how I got here. So let's get started. My relationship with anime is just a normal relationship as you would have with anyone else. Just say, hey, you're gonna go far. And they say, haha, thank you, ooh, less than 3. And then immediately hit you in the nuts. And once you're in the ground, they start kicking you in the nuts multiple times because they know bitch. I mean, it can't get more normal than that. And you might say, hey, you piece of shit, how did it get to this? Why having such a casual relationship with anime? The name's Villain, again, is the name of the channel, and it was a casual relationship full of love and appreciation. I still remember when I used to watch Pokemon for 2 weeks straight. The first time I thought, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not for me.
Cause I figure, if there is intelligent life out there, then let's teach them how to duel.
The first time I saw Goku and thought, yep, this is it. This is not it. No. This is it. This was the shit that made me fall in love with anime. And this is why I cannot have children, because of my nuts falling off. Sword Art Online. Incredible concept, by the way. A kid that gets trapped inside a video game, and if he dies in the game, he dies for real. The idea was great. But you cannot end the show in 14 episodes and then pretend that nothing happened. The pacing was like, here he is, and then the next episode be like, well, here he is in like 6 months or something. The character design, mid. The relationships between the characters, incest. For real, he ended the show, again, in 14 episodes, for them to put the motherfucking sisters in a, oh, we're a nation kind of shit. Like, no. The opening. I'll talk about that later. This is the reason why I dropped anime entirely. Also, the other kid I mentioned earlier. So now, I want to get back into it. I want to find that joy, that thing that makes people's eyes sparkle just thinking about it. Just look at these people.
This shit is garbage. It's pretty mid. It's just screaming.
Yeah, it's boring.
So I got myself looking. What are the best anime to watch? Animes? And I found different genres. So I thought, might as well watch one of each. Turns out no one has a clear concept of anime genres. Some say 4, some say 7, some say 9. Some say shoujo is the girly stuff, some say shoujo isn't a genre at all, it's a demographic. That got tiring, so I decided to make my own anime genres. Stuff that makes me laugh, stuff that makes me cry, stuff for the cool kids, stuff that makes me want to touch some grass, stuff that makes my heart go, and stuff that makes me go, wah, aka shonen, and no isekai. Not taking any fucking chances. Also, no JoJo's. I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about that one. Since the dawn of time, you're told that Gintama is a comedy anime, so I approached it like a comedy anime, expecting to laugh, because I wanted to laugh, and this was my reaction. Okay, moving on. So I don't cry ever. And you're like a police one show that always appears in lists titled "You'll Cry and Pissed Watching This Show," and it's always recommended by people saying stuff like, "Oh man, my dog cried watching that anime, but I don't have a dog. My dog dies. So I cry because my dog and my anime is lying. You see, you're lying, April." Okay. So I decided to give it a shot, cause why not? This is a special occasion, and so let's start watching now. So I started watching back. Can you tell me from the beginning? Because twice is a charm, as they say. And nope, still don't get it. Moving on. I believe all people have this one show or anime that they fall in love with at first sight, and this is mine, Haikyuu. I know, that's sports anime. If you don't like sports anime, you haven't seen a sports anime. It's like the best, but like reality, but like not reality. I know I make a lot of sense. So I remember watching the first couple of seasons back in high school and enjoying them, but maybe me said, "What are you doing? Stop watching, what are you doing? You don't deserve to be happy." And I did that, and I was like, ugh. But now, I kinda wanna watch it again, because that guy sucks. Ellen chat for that guy. Ellen chat for that guy. Chat, are you here? Put some else on the chat. Haikyuu follows the story of Hinata. Nope, not that one. This one. A kid who watches another kid play volleyball and goes like, "He just like me for real," and then goes and do the same thing. He's this guy and overall all of these guys. He's the loud MC who overcomes a lot by just sheer enthusiasm and drive and teen angst and this look. And also take back that he's like this guy because he's quieter and shyer compared to like the rest of overly enthusiastic MCs. And also take back that he's quieter and shyer because, as you can see, I couldn't find a clip where he was being quiet nor shyer. So, but you get my point. In middle school, he gets destroyed by a different school, and after that, goes to the same high school as that little kid that he saw when he was a little kid. Remember that? But then, surprise, surprise, the guy that made him explode a few months back is there because, surprise, surprise, no other school wanted him, so he had to settle. How will they coexist? I mean, after a couple episodes, they like start getting along and stuff. That's the MC power. But that's the thing, and hear me out for a second. This guy is not the main character of Haikyuu. All of these guys are. Throughout the show, we not only see Hinata's character develop, but also the whole team as a whole. We get to see and understand how they feel in certain situations, how they act towards them, and how they, oh my god, how can they coexist? Remember that from before? Because I do. I like to remember stuff. Every single character here is different, and you quickly learn all their personalities. And since this is a sports anime, all them skills, all them strengths, all them weaknesses. It makes you sympathize with every one of them, which is something not a lot of anime nor shows can do quite as well as Haikyuu. That's what sports do, and consequently, what sports anime do. They represent a time when maybe you were in school, how it felt to be a part of a team, and how it felt to win with that team, how after that you just want to keep winning. But they also teach you how losing affects you mentally, how hard it actually is to overcome those losses, the physical struggles that they come with, how it feels to be replaced by a younger, more talented guy or girl, the jealousy that comes with that, the trying to accept it but not quite type of mentality, how it feels to be the only one from the same year as you, to be benched, how it makes you devalue yourself. Because no matter how good you are, there's always going to be someone better. And you may feel defeated, but does defeat make you weak? When you lose and down on your knees, are you gonna stay in the ground? Or are you gonna stand up? Are you gonna overcome this? Are you going to become stronger? And are you going to do it alone? Or with friends. That's what a sports anime is supposed to do, I think. It makes you cheer not only for one character, but for the whole team. Well, at least in team sports anime. I know some of you are screaming like, this boxing anime is the best sports anime in Haikyuu is gay. And for that I say,
You are. You are gay.
in a world where romance movies are getting stale and bore you, and anime romance blue balls you to infinity, or so I've heard, let me put this as an example. I need to find the perfect romance show. And while looking through a lot of lists, this one caught my eye. Domestic Girlfriend. I mean, it has girlfriend on the title. Also, this guy likes it, and he watches a lot of anime, so I guess that validates his opinion. Seriously, what could ever go wrong? Yeah, this guy has problems. No, Gintama, I said I don't get you. Get out of here. This is the turn of the one, the only, and the one, Kaguya-sama. Except, something different. I found the Kaguya-sama live action. You thought I was gonna talk about the anime? Please, give me this one, please. I've gone through a lot already. So, yes, my first interaction with Kaguya-sama was with these motherfuckers. And I kinda quickly regretted it. I just took a look at this motherfucker's face and thought, who the fuck do you think you are, hot? Do you think you're better than me? Strong and silent? Fuck you. But then they showed the one with the name of the whole thing, like, you know, the title, not this title, that title, and she was a piece of shit as well. So I took that personally and kept watching because I adore that shit.
It became personal with me.
Also, how the fuck do you say this is high school when this motherfucker be looking 35 and a half? I don't get it.
篠宮パイセン、そんなかまってちゃん見せられたら会長が誘いたくなっちゃうじゃないですか。
グッジョブ石神会計
殺される。会長、殺される前に自分から死にたいので帰ります。
でも死ぬなよ。
Actual funny stuff, like they really nail that silliness of basing like a live action of an anime and not taking itself too seriously. Until this person showed.
私、ベスの散歩があるので帰りますね。じゃあ、このチケットは、はい、かぐやさんにあげますね。では、練習。
And I was like, oh no, this is not a human being. This, no.
That was too
Take me back. No, just no. Let's do something better. Take me back. Take me back. I guess this is better. The idea of love is war where their pride is telling them to, hey, fuck him. He loves me. I know that, and I'll prove it. Yeah. And then he goes like, hey, you know what? Fuck her. She's cute and pretty and kawaii desu ne. So what is happening to me? Anyways, the guy says, she loves me, so I'll wait for her to say it. Yeah. It's pretty great actually, not your casual love story or anything, just some fucking crazy shit about crazy people. As the story progresses, my first impressions of the characters change, as this guy goes from the piece of shit kid to, well, he is a piece of shit, but he's the lesser piece of shit of the two. He's the achievement guy. He's the type of guy that 100% Dark Souls 3. I haven't even played that game and I know it's hard. I played the first one, but I don't really want to talk about it. Meanwhile, we have Kaguya, who went from, oh, look at this cute cover girl, to, oh no, she a piece of shit, to, she a piece of shit, but we kinda have to understand, like, I mean, she's gone through a lot. She's the one that loves the other the most, and chooses it the less. She always be scheming with a plan or a plot to make it to the top, but she kinda in the middle cause she always getting caught. I don't know about this girl, Mr. President. But then we get to see who made her such a bitch. And that was oppression from her family. We see that she has little to no control over how she wants to live her life, making her distance herself from everyone, and makes complicated plots and schemes just to see if they want her to be in their lives. It's kinda sad. But yeah, but I'll bet she'll be fine. She'll be fine. The plot here reminds me of Death Note. Kinda. I mean, I thought I was the cool and the only guy that thought of that, but apparently everyone calls it like that. I got that from this comment, where he says,
"Can we get some songs? The fans suck as well. I think that this is like Death Note, but it's not at all like Death Note. This is trash."
And he's right. That's why I said kinda at the beginning. I don't know if you remember. Because they are pretentious basic tactics made by some teenage kids, which is the whole point. Like, this guy doesn't get that at all. It's like a joke. But he took that and he got offended or something. I don't know, like, chill out, dude. Then there's Fujiwara. And then she is, Is that supposed to be the dick again? Then there's Ichigami. I feel bad for the guy. Like, he's that shy kid that has a lot to say, always. He's like never ill-willed or has anything bad to say, but he is very opinionated, which causes the outrage, let's say, of people who, well, he probably doesn't want to cause any trouble with, and when he does, he gets depressed. Yay. Except that one time when he was right and he was happy. I really like that moment. The show is just full of relatable moments, you know, the ones we've all gone through while trying to impress someone we like, especially when we're going through high school and all those cringe moments happen. Yeah, it's worth watching, and don't listen to this guy. It made me laugh more than... You know, after watching Kaguya, I just thought to myself, you know, maybe there's just something deeper in comedy. So I went back and I started watching Gintama all the way from the start, and my reaction went from this to this. Maybe it was that I was getting used to anime, but this time Gintama hit different. Not because of the comedy, but because of Gintama himself, aka Gintoki. Apparently that's his name. But before getting into the meat of things, let's talk about the art style. This is just a good old mid-2000s anime, nothing special here. Just feudal Japan with cars and suits and idols and guns. Just as I remember it. The side characters are all the same from each other. We have the police here, led by a stalker who has never felt a female touch in his life, and thus goes around following Shinpashi's sister all the time. Who's Shinpashi? We'll get to that later. We have this guy here who is supposedly the most serious one in the police, who really likes Mayo for some reason. What? Don't ask me, ask him. Why are you asking me? And has that damn voice though. I know I've heard it before. And the motherfucker with the bazooka, of course. The landlord, the aliens, the allies, the villains. Everyone has a distinct aura that really sticks out, which is rare in anime. You often just see the same old, we're just gonna focus on the protagonist here and that's it. We have other characters blend. But most of the time here, Gintoki is not even the focus of the episodes. It's just whatever happens to the other characters. Okay, let me just say it. Gintama is not a comedy anime. Okay, hear me out. I know the main goal of this anime is to try to make you laugh, emphasis on try. And what's better than breaking the fourth wall on basically every episode? That's funny. But that's where I think the author, here represented of course by a monkey, is trying to make his point. Gintama, I would say, is more of a redemption anime. It's what happens after a tragedy. From the very start, you're told that aliens invaded the Earth and went on to have a 20-year war in which the samurai Gintoki was heavily involved in. But after everything was said and done, he lost. Not only the humans lost that war, but he himself lost a lot of his friends, his comrades, his brothers. And now, all of his pain, everything he has gone through, he hides it behind a silly, quirky personality where he just doesn't care about anything anymore. He has nothing to protect. And that's where Shinpashi, a kid with a sword, apparently he knows how to use it. He barely uses it though. I can count with one finger how many times that motherfucker used that sword. And he also has a very intense love for idols. I mean, don't ask me. They don't explain it. and Kagura, an alien with superhuman strength that learns how to interact with people from Gintoki. Seriously, she's just like a sponge. She does everything he does, but worse. And that guy is not good. Also, the big dog here, Clifford. This is where they come into play. See, they start working alongside Gintoki because some shenanigans to happen. And now he's stuck with them. And it doesn't take long for him to start caring for them the same way he did for his fallen comrades. He has now gotten a new perspective in life through all of these odd jobs that he does with Chimpushi and Kagura and Clifford. He now has something to protect. Now, am I looking into an anime way deeper than I should after just watching 25 episodes and it's actually some silly guy doing silly stuff? I don't know, maybe. So a few years ago I started watching Demon Slayer. Yeah, I dropped around like 12 episodes, not because I got bored. That would never be me. That's it was because I kinda got bored. Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and so am I, so can you please calm down? But after a while, people started saying, hey, you should keep watching it because it gets better at episode 19.
Bro, you haven't seen episode 19? That's when shit goes down. Are you gonna finish that watch?
So after all these years, I started watching it from the beginning, and I, for once, started enjoying it for some reason. Maybe because I'm watching a lot of these, I'm not sure. But same as with Gintama, I really kept watching because I was actually interested in this story this time. In a nutshell, the main antagonist here, Michael Jackson, he's the main suspect of killing this motherfucker's whole family. His name's Tanjiro, he's the protagonist, because he sniffed him and he was like, this smells like that one time I was smelling blood coming from the top of the hill, and it was my whole family slaughtered. Let me see, what's it? Now he embarks on an epic quest to turn his sister back to being a human, because Michael turned her into a demon. Yeah, that was weird how it works, Michael. On this quest, Tanjiro finds a lot of foes who will try to kill him and Nezuko, as well as a lot of allies who will try to kill him and Nezuko. Weird how that works. Aside from Nezuko being on her bitch side. Aside from Nezuko being on his back all day, he's accompanied by Inosuke, a guy with a wild boar mask that will have any straight jock from the 90s and 2000s question his sexuality, and Zenitsu, the embodiment of that lemon guy from that one cartoon. In terms of art style, this is one of the most beautiful anime you'll ever see. While the old anime benefits from their aesthetic ambiance, this is just like if I was getting 1,000 hugs from like 10,000 lightning bugs as they try to teach me how to dance, of course. This is one of the most unique takes of anime art style while still maintaining that anime art style. Everything from the scenery to the attacks those motherfuckers do to even their eyes. Look at their eyes. So majestic. While the story progresses and we go defeating demons, and when I say we, I mean of course Tanjiro and I and me, because we chill like that. We get to see the enemy's perspective as well, how they became a demon. You can see how sad their past is and how much they lament everything they have become. You begin to sympathize with them. Something that these motherfuckers won't do ever. The Hashiras, the most powerful demon slayers, they are indeed all weird. Why? I don't know. Like, what the fuck is this girl?
目玉をほじくり出したり、お腹を切って内臓を引きずり出したり、人を殺した分だけ私がお嬢さんを拷問します。その痛み、苦しみを耐え抜いた時、あなたの罪は許される。一緒に頑張りましょう。
And what the fuck are they? And Tanjiro. What the fuck is Tanjiro? I know we've been talking a lot about this guy, but we haven't really talked about this guy. And I'll tell you what Tanjiro is. He's the quintessential anime protagonist. He has the right mindset for everything, not letting anything stop him from achieving his goal of becoming a demon slayer and saving his sister type shit. He is not overly loud or annoying as some of the other anime protagonists. He doesn't cry all the time, just when the time is right. I mean, this guy's family all got effed, and he just like walked it off. He said, well, I'm gonna be sad, but at least my sister's here, so I'll keep moving forward. He's motivated, and that's what not every but most shonen protagonists should revolve around: motivation. But now let's get to that episode. It was okay, and don't get me wrong, I fucking loved. Well, love is a strong word. Also, fucking is a strong word. I really liked that one scene. I liked everything that was involved, but it didn't get me as emotional as a lot of people got when the episode first came out, or even to this day. The whole episode was just building up to that moment, and it was beautiful, and I liked it, but not more than that. I guess if I went full on blind on that specific episode, I would have enjoyed it more, but yeah. Overall, it is a great story that I will for sure continue watching. I was just hoping to do it, as I know a lot of people do. For Cowboy Bebop, I really didn't know what I was getting into, since not a lot of people talk about Cowboy Bebop. They really only say stuff like, I liked it, or it's my favorite anime, or don't talk to me, penis breath, I don't like you. I mean, of course, millions of people have watched and loved this show, but in my circle, not that many people watch anime, let alone Cowboy Bebop. It's one of the few shows that I've gone into without getting any aspect of it spoiled, and I think it made me enjoy it way more. Cowboy Bebop tells the story of Spike Spiegel, a guy with a mysterious past who's now a bounty hunter looking for criminals, aka a motherfucking cowboy from space, because you know, this takes place in space and in the future according to 1998. Alongside Spike goes Jet Black. I don't know why I said black like that. A former motherfucking police from space, because did you know this motherfucker takes place in the future? Also Faye, a con artist that forgot everything about her past after certain events took place. Also Ed, who's most likely a girl. She'd walk in as someone kid, and the others are adults, or a dog with human intelligence that will be Ein, even though they never really elaborate on that, because I don't know, sometimes that dog be doing dog stuff and sometimes it doesn't, like slightly smarter than a dog stuff. They all experience different situations episode to episode, and that's one of the things that kinda shook me up when I first started watching it. It is an episodic anime, meaning that every or at least most of the main plots from one episode get resolved in that same episode, making you feel like you're watching a cartoon from when you were littler, which is kinda refreshing. When most anime just try to get you hooked, Cowboy Bebop just tries to tell you different stories, different outcomes. It's like an entire arc of an anime told in just one episode, and it's not like it's all action and occasional funny moments, which it sure is most of it, but this format lets the show explore different themes, from religion to learning how to live with the things you hate to having to deal with your past, which is basically what the show is about. We get to see each character's story, how it made them who they are, how they deal with it. The main theme of the show is dealing with your past, and if you're gonna let that past go and move forward, or you don't. And I don't want to talk a lot about the plot or any deeper meaning behind Cowboy Bebop, if that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of people out there talking about it, and I feel underqualified right now. Will I ever get back into it and explain it way more? Probably, but read the title. I'm not an anime enthusiast that looks for deeper stuff. I'm just trying to see why people enjoy it and if I can enjoy it. Again, will I ever talk about it? I don't know, probably, but just know that this is a must watch. It's a classic for a reason. 90s anime are like this, the good ones, I mean. They are a vibe. All of them. Again, the good ones. From the art style, to the soundtrack, to the underlying story, it really shows how much effort it was put into this one little anime. Little as in short, not because it's little, because a lot of people like it and it's big, but it's like little in the story, and I'm not gonna explain myself anymore. Thank you, you're welcome. Who are you? Sometimes you get scenes where it's just smooth jazz. Sometimes you get no music at all, setting the atmosphere of something serious about to happen. which is good. It is lovely. It is so lovely. The atmosphere in Cowboy Bebop is chef kiss mwah. Because again, it is in space, a cowboy from space. I think that is all I'm gonna say. It is time for my final verdict. Do I stan anime now? Well, there's a lot to take into consideration here, like the fact that there are hundreds of anime released every season, but I think I did a good job finding some that represent the whole anime scene. There were these 3 that people talk about a lot, but nah. But with all that said, I'm happy to say that.
Leave me alone!
No.